Have you ever felt like no matter what life throws at you, somehow you still rise? Have you ever looked around and thought, why do I feel so different from everyone else? Listen, if you've landed on this video, it's not random. You didn't stumble here by accident. Your soul was drawn here because there's something you need to hear right now. And before we go further, I want to ask you this. Have you ever felt like God was closer to you than others, but you couldn't explain why? If yes, you might just be one of his chosen. Not just loved, favored. Not just guided, anointed. So stay with me, because over the next few minutes we're going deep, not into surface-level feel-good fluff, but into real spiritual confirmation. What if I told you the things people criticized about you, the isolation, the spiritual attacks, even the way you bounce back from pain, were never random? They were signs. Signs that you were marked, that heaven knows your name, that you're not like the rest. Now, I'm not saying you're better than anyone, but I am saying you were chosen for something greater. Let me ask you something else. Have you ever felt a divine pull to be different? Even when it cost you friends? Have you felt like your path is heavier, more complicated, but somehow more sacred? Yeah, you're not crazy. You're one of the rare few. And if you're still watching, I know this message is for you. Let's walk through this together. Maybe your life has been full of unfair tests. Maybe you've had moments where you felt completely abandoned by people and still felt God whispering, I'm here. That voice, that resilience, that light inside of you that refuses to go out, that's not coincidence. That's not ego. That's evidence. You've been set apart from the beginning. While others have followed the crowd, you've walked through fire. You've chosen integrity over popularity. You've helped people who betrayed you, and you've carried wisdom far beyond your years. Let me tell you this clearly. God doesn't waste favor on just anyone. If your path has been harder, it's because your calling is higher. I want you to reflect on the times you felt unseen by the world, because that's when you were being hidden by heaven. The times you felt like you didn't belong, you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out. Now, let me speak this into your life. There is a reward coming that will match the weight of your obedience. God saw every quiet sacrifice, every tear you wiped in silence, every time you walked away instead of retaliating. You didn't lose when they left. You didn't fail when they laughed. You were simply being refined. Not everyone can carry what you carry, but you can, because you were built for it, chosen for it, favored for it. This is not a message for the masses. It's for the call, the misfits, the spiritually mature, the ones who've gone through hell just to feel peace. If your heart is beating faster right now, if your soul is resonating, that's not me talking to you. That's God confirming you. And hear me, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your fruit is the proof. Your survival is the proof. Your peace is the proof. You don't chase the crowd because you were born to lead the few. I know the waiting season has been long. I know the betrayals felt personal. But God isn't punishing you. He's positioning you, because when he lifts you, everyone will know it wasn't man. It was him. So here's what I want you to do now. Drop this in the comments. I know who I am and I know who I serve. Say it with boldness. Don't whisper your identity when you were created to be a light. And before you go, share this video with someone else you believe is chosen. Don't keep this message to yourself. If you haven't subscribed yet, do that now. Not just to the channel, but to the mission God placed in you. Because this is just the beginning. There's so much more God has for you, and it's already on the way. So let's talk about what it really means to be God's favorite. Not in a prideful way, not in a boastful way, but in a spiritual truth that humbles you the more you walk in it. You see, when you are truly chosen, you don't walk around bragging about it, because the weight of the calling is heavy. You don't flex, you carry. You carry your family's burdens. You carry wounds you never asked for. You walk into rooms and feel the energy shift. You speak and people feel convicted or inspired. You stand alone in storms while others crumble. And then somehow, you still encourage them. That's favor. That's oil. That's being set apart. But you know what else that is? Costly. Being God's favorite doesn't always look like being celebrated. Sometimes it looks like being misunderstood. Sometimes it looks like being the first to forgive, the first to grow, the first to break the cycle. And I know that part is hard. It's hard when the people you've helped, the ones you've prayed for, are the very ones who hurt you. But God saw that too. He saw when you chose love over revenge, when you gave when you were barely holding on, when you kept your mouth shut, even when you could have exposed the whole truth. And guess what? That silence was loud in heaven. That's the kind of obedience that opens doors no man can close. That's the kind of faith that shakes hell. That's the kind of posture that makes the angels say, That one right there. They're different. You've probably asked God, why me? Why does it feel so lonely? Why can't I just be normal? But the truth is, you weren't born for normal. You weren't built for average. And God will never apologize for loving you loudly and publicly when your time comes. But before He reveals you to the world, He had to reveal you to yourself. That's what this season was about. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. It was alignment. It was holy disruption. He had to remove what was draining you. He had to isolate you so you could hear Him clearly. He had to strip away the false identities so you could finally walk in your truth. Because let's be real, when God chooses you, He doesn't leave you how He found you. He'll break you to rebuild you. He'll humble you to elevate you. He'll prune you to protect your fruit. And now that you're here, still standing, still listening, still open, you're ready for more. You're ready to stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. You're ready to stop apologizing for your spiritual insight. You're ready to walk like the royalty you are. But let me warn you, this next level is going to feel even lonelier until you realize you're not walking alone. God has assigned angels to your journey. He's orchestrating divine connections. He's sending people who don't just see you, they understand you. So when your blessing shows up, don't downplay it. Don't sabotage it. Don't run from it. You've earned this. You've bled for this. You've wept for this. You've prayed in your car, in your bathroom, in the middle of the night for this. And heaven heard it all. The delay is over. The shift is now. You're stepping into the life that was always yours. So again, don't forget to drop a comment below, right now, and declare, I know who I am and I know who I serve. Say it so your own spirit hears it. Say it because this is your confirmation. So now you've crossed the threshold. You're no longer begging for the blessing. You're in it. But here's what many don't talk about. The blessing will test you too. Success is just as much a test of your character as struggle ever was. And now that the favor is flowing, you'll notice a shift in the energy around you, in people, even in your own emotions. Not everyone will clap. Not everyone will understand what God is doing with you. People who are comfortable with you being the struggler will suddenly get quiet when you're the one rising. They liked you when you were doubting yourself. But now that you believe in yourself and walk with purpose, they feel threatened. But chosen one, don't shrink. This is what you've prayed for, what you fasted for, what you suffered silently for, what you stayed up late asking God for. Don't you dare apologize for finally receiving what heaven has released to you. But here's where it gets real. Now that favor is here, you've got to protect it, not with paranoia, but with discernment. You'll feel the shift in the room before the snake speaks. You'll feel the jealousy in their compliments. You'll feel the discomfort in their eyes. When your peace can't be disturbed anymore, that's spiritual warfare in disguise. But it's also confirmation that the oil on your life is real. So here's what you do. You guard your mind. You stay in the Word like your life depends on it, because it does. You keep praying even after the answer comes. You stay humble enough to remember where God brought you from, but wise enough not to go back there trying to prove a point. You are the point. You are the proof. You're the evidence of what God can do when someone stays faithful through the fire. You're the walking testimony that obedience still wins. And yes, it will get uncomfortable. The higher you go, the quieter it gets. The more you heal, the more your old life stops fitting. But don't confuse the quiet with absence. God is closer now than ever. He's watching how you handle this level, because the next one is even greater. And He's not giving it to you to flaunt. He's giving it to you so you can become a distributor of hope, peace, wisdom, and even wealth. He's making you a storehouse, not just a recipient. So don't just celebrate the blessing, become a blessing. Speak life into others. Pray for people who never asked for it. Use your platform, whatever it is, to glorify God, not just yourself. You're not just favored, you're trusted. That's bigger than likes, followers, or validation. You've been entrusted with power, wisdom, and visibility. Now use it with reverence. And here's a truth I don't want you to forget. You are the miracle someone else is praying for. So walk like it, talk like it, live like it. This is your legacy season, not just for you, but for everyone watching you, silently wondering if God still moves through you. They'll believe again. Before you click away, I need you to hear this. What God is doing in your life isn't random. You didn't find this video because of an algorithm. This was divinely timed. This moment is sacred, and how you respond to it will echo beyond just today. If anything in your spirit stirred during this message, if you felt seen, spoken to, or even slightly shaken, and that's not me, that's the Holy Spirit confirming that this word was for you. So here's what I want you to do. First, take 60 seconds of stillness. Just breathe. Let it sink in. Then, I want you to type this in the comments. God, I'm ready for everything you prepared me for. Why? Because words carry weight. When you speak it, you claim it. And when you write it, you anchor it. Your comment could be the lifeline someone else scrolling by needs to see. Be part of this wave of faith. If this message reached you deep, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love. Let them know God hasn't forgotten them either. And if you want to walk this spiritual journey with others who are awakening, just like you, subscribe. Join this space, not just for content, but for confirmation, communion, and growth. We don't chase numbers here. We grow souls. God's not done with you. In fact, He's just getting started. Now go. Walk like the chosen one you are. Speak like it. Love like it. And most of all, live like you believe it. Your miracle is closer than you think.